He said that I have an abnormally small mouth, but I think he just has giant hands or something. I don't know. And, I'm numb, but he's like, keeps catching my lip on my tooth, and I can feel the pressure of like my tooth going through my lip. My inside of my mouth's all cut up, and I can see the blood from him just digging into my gums.
You know what? This makes me want to go to the dentist, doesn't it, Adam?
Pulling this thing out, and I'm like, fuck. Anyway, for like 3 days, I couldn't eat anything but like mashed potatoes.
I do think dentists and, if you are in the dental hygiene world, take note of this. Maybe in however you select your dentist, they almost need to do like a hand model session. And they need to put
What's your hand size?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, it's Sunday, and if you've got bats in the belfry and you're on your way to see the nuns, you've got to get yourself the Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer and use the code WITHHAMMER. So, Adam?
Yeah.
I hate the dentist. How many of you people out there hate the dentist, right?
I'm of the opposite opinion. I think going to the dentist is an actual, like a huge treat, honestly, a privilege that I even get to go, and I don't have to be the one digging around my mouth.
It is a privilege on some
Wow,
level.
you've done way too much drugs, man. I mean, come on.
No, wait, it's so nice. What were you going to say, Brandy?
I don't know. We were poor when I was a kid, and my parents rarely took me to the dentist, so I think that created a situation later in life for, that now I have to deal with the dentist so much more. But, like dental insurance, I think is like pet insurance. It's kind of a scam. I mean, it really doesn't pay for anything. I mean, anything that is worth doing or necessary is either
any
called
cosmetic, and they consider
or root canals are also,
It's
like
bullshit.
not covered. Speaking of dentist, I had a little trauma the other day, and I'm not real sure if I'd love to tell the world this story, but
You're going to be the first to hear it.
It's going to get yanked out of her. Here we go.
So I grind my teeth. I've been doing it, I've noticeably been doing it for about 16 years. I went to the dentist, and he was like, do you grind your teeth? And I was like, I think so. I wake up with headaches, my jaw hurts, I feel like I'm whittling my teeth down. And anyway, they made a guard for me, and I can't wear it. And then they made a smaller one, still can't wear it. I can't sleep with it in my mouth. It's uncomfortable. So basically, this now has created an issue for me. A couple weeks ago.
Did you stop watching horror movies so you don't grind your teeth at night?
No,
so you're not freaking out?
my life is a horror movie sometimes. I think it's just
You don't need to watch one?
It's just stress,
Yeah.
and that's what they kind of equate it to.
There aren't enough eye masks and earmuffs for that horror
Yes.
movie.
Yeah. So anyway, I had grinded so much that I had broken 2 teeth a couple weeks ago.
Ouch.
And I was like, so I called the dentist, and she was like, well, we can stay open. Can you come in like half an hour? And I said, yeah. So I went, he was like, we're going to have to extract these teeth. I was like, what? What do you mean? Like right now? And
I got a pair of pliers. I can do it for you. No problem.
I was like, yeah, it was.
Hammer Dentistry, guys. Come on over.
Yeah, it was traumatic.
And as far as dentistry has come too, the thing that I will say creeps me out is how much they still have to use a little elbow grease to get some things out of there, dude.
Not a little.
I just hate the sound of that fucking drill. I mean,
Well, you can. It like smells like
Oh,
something
it's
too.
burning
like,
teeth, yeah.
It's gnarly. But so they started to extract those teeth. He gave me a bunch of Novocaine, like a whole bunch, which hurts too. Getting the shot in your gum.
The shot's the worst part
that
of the
hurts
whole
like
thing.
a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Well,
after they get the first 2 in, and then it starts numb, and then the rest of them are okay.
he's digging in there, and he can't
Ugh.
pull it all the way out. The root is like impacted in my gum, so he uses this like ice pick type torture
Crazy.
device, and he's like digging into my gum, and I can feel all the pressure, and he's like, it's not coming out. And then he's pulling another tool, and digging his hands in there, and I don't know, like he said that I have an abnormally small mouth, but I think he just has giant fucking hands or something. I don't know, and I'm numb, but he's like, keeps catching my lip on my tooth, and I can feel the pressure of like my tooth going through my lip, my inside of my mouth's all cut up, and I can see the blood from him just digging into my gums.
You know what? This makes me want to go to the dentist, doesn't it, Adam?
Pulling this thing out, and I'm like, fuck. Anyway, for like 3 days, I couldn't eat anything but like mashed potatoes.
I do think dentists and, if you are in the dental hygiene world, take note of this. Maybe in however you select your dentist, they almost need to do like a hand model session. And they need to put
What's
their
your hand size?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Would it be okay if you put your hands on top of mine? Like they're
Sure,
my hand?
yeah. Like that?
Yes.
Okay.
That looks like my hands.
Yeah.
Here, put your hand up. Let's see. There you go. Okay, pick one.
Right? Who do you want thumbing around your molars right there?
Who do you want to do yours?
That's an easy one for
Oh
me.
my gosh. Well, maybe the more skilled individual, but also, for people like me who it's your hands don't fit.
Now, I might have told this story on the show before, but I do think it begs re-mentioning here.
Just bore the shit out of us.
I know. I didn't even finish my traumatic story.
Oh, sorry. Just keep
She's
going,
still
keep
over
going.
here crying, and you
Yeah.
want to cut her off.
Yeah.
I'll jump in later. You go.
All
you go.
right. So they put a temporary over the top because for like 2 months I have to wait for it to heal.
Was it a wood one?
No, plastic temporary, just to kind of, it was like, there was a little gap over the top of it, but just to cover, so it, so I'd have teeth there and to cover up. Anyway, it's supposed to last for 2 months, to stay in there.
Because everything's got to heal before they can get
Obviously,
back
I'm
in
eating
there.
something soft the other day. I was just sitting at the coffee table, and I took a bite of a sandwich, and the temporary came out. I was like, shit. So I stuck it on the coffee table. I grabbed the food. I was going to go clean it and try to figure it out and call the dentist. But anyway, I picked up the food, went in the kitchen, came back. The dog was crunching on something, and I was like, what the? So I'm like digging in her mouth, and she'd already swallowed it. And I was like, I looked down, and I realized that she was eating my temporary teeth. The dog ate my teeth.
So, guys, we had to take it off the menu, the brandy tooth, extravaganza. We had to take that off the menu. We only had one tooth.
The dog ate my teeth.
Got to get that dog some calcium pills.
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, no, they
It's
were
plastic.
They were plastic. They weren't even like, they were just a temporary. So, yeah, so now my tongue's all cut up, and I just kind of have to wait to get an appointment to go in and get some
And the waiting is
more
the worst.
temporary, it's just, yeah.
So apparently Brandy's
dentist-
mouth is closed till further.
The dentist sucks.
Brandy, that sounds like a huge headache, toothache, whatever, however we want to call it. But how much worse would that be if you didn't have a dentist office to go to and you had to go into a barn and pull out some pliers from sitting next to the horse and a hay pile and have either your grandpa,
I'll do it,
your
I'll do it, I'll do
oldest,
it.
get in there, right? Or dentistry is pretty recent, and I think we're super lucky to have it, even as painful as it is for us today.
What is this, the Old West? Are we like
Yeah.
drinking some whiskey and pulling out a bullet? What?
No shit, man. Give me a shot, put me under, get my shit done, and
You
I'm
know
out.
What's worse about that? I think that attributes to like the early deaths because
Totally.
your teeth. It basically if your teeth aren't healthy, the rest of your body is not healthy. I think that if you have some sort of infection going on there, it actually
you're done.
creates a toxic situation with the rest of your body. I don't really know exactly.
You mean you're not an MD?
I'm not, but I do know that if you don't take care of your teeth, it's going to create some sort of disease within your body.
Very true. But I still think dentists, listen, Spitz, love you, but dentists are evil.
Your dentist's name is Spitz?
Yeah.
I did Little Shop of Horrors when I was a kid, and the movie version with Steve Martin as the dentist is so great.
You'll be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things.
Hitting the nitrous. and torturing children.
But the nitrous is what makes the dentist work for me. I mean, I'll go for the nitrous.
I don't do that. I mean, I guess I should try it.
Oh man, you gotta load me up. Period. I don't care if you're cleaning my teeth, whatever.
Oh, you're just using it as an
just give it to me. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to deal with this shit.
No, and I mean, it's well documented how bad tooth pain can be for people. I mean, George Washington's memoirs are full of him complaining and trying anything he could do.
Didn't he have all wooden teeth?
No, his wooden teeth were just small replacements for the dentures that were made out of his slaves' teeth for him. They were not wooden teeth that he had long term.
Ah.
They were his temporaries?
Yeah.
Should I guess? Should I go?
I can make you some wood teeth.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This was like one way in which I was just kind of amazed by all the work that goes into dentistry and orthodontia, which is just a crazy word to me.
Yeah. Go ahead and spell that for us.
Well, I was in Cuba traveling once. We were down doing some snorkeling on the southern side of the island and in a pretty small town that had incredible coral reefs, but not much else going on, right? And so we were staying at this Airbnb, and while kind of looking around the kitchen, we opened one door that we thought might be the pantry, and up along the shelves, there were all these molds of jaws and different teeth sticking in kind of different slots where teeth go, right?
Right.
And this clearly wasn't a dental office. This was an
Airbnb.
And pantry with no air conditioning and a small microwave in the corner.
Right.
So it didn't have, a lot of health insurance options just by the look of the room.
But free dental, apparently.
And it freaked the living hell out of my girlfriend who was with me. And
Did you guys have fava beans that night?
I ate his liver with some fava beans
Fava beans.
and a nice Chianti. No, but we did sleep with the door locked and the light on, just out of, her own urging paranoia.
Just out of pure terror?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the next morning, while we were making breakfast, a little droopy, have an extra coffee to kind of get ourselves to come to after a little restless night, I noticed that our host was working over in that room. And so I kind of knocked on the door real quick and speaking to him, I was like, hey man, like, I just kind of wanted to know what is this in here? Like these molds, this is all very interesting. And he said, oh, I'm the dental architect in town. And so what he would do is he would take a negative mold of everybody's teeth and then use like a sort of like plastic to create the spaces for the gaps in the teeth. And then with the microwave, he had materials to blend up basically a new temporary tooth and make dentures for people just out of his Airbnb. It was really fascinating.
So the shit you were cooking your food in was a basically Dr. Doodle.
It was kind of the town's mouth,
Yeah.
we could say. Yeah.
Ugh.
But it was really cool just to see, even in our toughest days at the dentist here.
So was that like $2 a night? What are we talking about? I figured they'd be paying you to stay there. You got to check in, but checking out is not an option.
It was really interesting to me. Yeah. And definitely I could see how you would get freaked out by that.
Jesus.
Thanks for joining us on Dentist Talk today.
I know.
Jesus.